and gentlemen, again, our third day being locked down in Kinabalu. And of course, with me, this is at table 27. And we got myself, of course, Daniel Doti, and we got Elvin, Chachirong, Gordon, Richard. Richard, welcome to the house, Richard. We got Mei, we got Gajah. Kenapa lagi tukar tu nama Gajah ni, kurang kosong Justin. And also we got David. All right.
Hi.
Hola. Basically today,
Hi, people.
Say hello, everybody. Faster. Yo. Okay. So what? How are you guys doing? This is going to be quite a chill day, lah, brother. We went through yesterday a bit heavy duty on the topic of COVID and how we feel. But some of you were not here. You can also extend some of your feeling. I think we missed out Esther. Esther have left or what? Elvin, what's going on?
Yeah, he go and pick up a phone call. He will come back later. Never mind.
Okay, all right. So let's move forward. This is much more, like I said, a much more chill out session. I'll let you start because Richard is first time joining us. We got Mei, first time joining us, Gordon, and David as well. How are you doing, Richard? What are you up to now?
Enjoying Netflix, that's all.
For the last 2 days.
Yeah, of course.
How do you
I've been
plan
asking for... Sorry?
How do you plan to cope up with for the next 2 weeks? What's your plans?
Well, basically everything is work from home. For the yesterday and the last 2 days, we have planned something to help out the frontliners in the medical team by providing them some essential goods. Yeah. So tomorrow is the day lah where we're going to distribute all the goods to them.
So what kind of
basically challenges? Nothing much. Okay juga. I mean, most of my time I also work from home juga kan. So yeah, it's just that kalau keluar tu, there's nothing much there lah. I just came back actually buy some goods for home. Yeah.
Okay. How about let me just ask Mei, how's things with you with the lockdown, COVID-19, your tourism business? What do you have to say? How do you feel about it?
Like yesterday and today, we are just doing the cancellation, talking with the customer because of the mount climbing.
Okay.
And then I think tomorrow will be better lah. Tomorrow will be a bit free, but then I'm looking into sorting out my files and packages in my computer. And then we try to see what to do. We are targeting in July. Hopefully everything is okay. And then a lot of paperwork to do lah. Because we are, I think for mount climbing, SSL haven't get back to us yet lah. I mean, there's no clear.
What's the problem with SSL? Why they don't allow people to climb? What?
I know, but we are looking at like April. Because like our overseas customer, they say the Hong Kong people, they say the government advised them not to come out, but then there is no instruction and say ban. There's no ban, but then it's just advise them not to come out, not to travel. But then SSL need us to give them a notice from the government saying that the customer cannot come out. Then only can get their approval whether they can postpone or they can refund.
Okay, let me get this right. It seems like there is a bit of confusion in so many areas. Some of the areas include how the student is handled. Some other areas, because there's a flip-flop thing, right? And some of them also include like the tourism industry are not very clear cut. When can we start taking booking and things like that? David, what's your view about this?
For me, I've been quite quietly since the first day of Chinese Day until now. But at the moment, as I know, the whole tourism, some sort like already shut down. We can't do anything. But one thing today I received a good news is the domestic travel for China. In China they already open for people to go and visit. Go and visit in China, domestic already. So at the meantime, because the COVID is already spread throughout the world, we don't know when our government is going to open up to tourists to travel to Malaysia, especially.
Okay.
So during this time, is a tough time for everybody. So we hope everybody can stand firm and then do whatever what you want to do. At the moment, just relax at home. Don't go to other places. So let things close. Done it fast and do our job.
Thank you, David. Gordon, what's happening in
Yes.
Sympona?
I
What's the update?
actually don't know. I'm based in KK actually.
Yeah. I know, but what's the update? You got your business day. How's things going on?
To me, we are still, because there's too many conflicting different letters. Some say we can open, some say we cannot open. So it's a bit messy lah, especially the last few days. So for us, we have to follow the order, no choice. Because the Sempurna government also came out saying that the jetty we cannot go out. The jetty is locked. Then the Sipadan Island itself is closed as well.
How about your occupancy right now?
We are serving the current guests still, but once it's finished, then because we still have guests at the resort before that, so we cannot just come out.
So you're not right now, is it? You're not accepting anymore.
I cannot hear you.
You're not accepting any more tourists, is it?
Right now because for us, we still are guests, then we are just serving those guests at the moment.
Oh, all right. Well, Justin, what's going on, man? What's up? What's up? Anything you want to share? You were with me yesterday. Anything new?
Yes. Nothing new, but it's getting worse. My neck pain. Been watching handphones for too long, lying down for too long. I got back pain, neck pain. I don't know what pain gonna come up soon. Bloody hell! How to get through it, Mr. Moderator? Can you tell me?
Well, I'm
Really,
taking
seriously.
I'm taking a diploma online on economics right now. So.
Oh my God! Serious?
That's
So
what I'm up to lah. This is my side project.
You're being very productive in a way.
Hey, cari makan lah, boss. You kuli like me, I need somebody to hire me lah.
But who can employ anybody nowadays? I don't think so, right?
I know. I'm hoping Pritchard will employ me lah. Oh, is it? He pretends he don't listen one. No.
Medical center need volunteers.
Sorry, Chachirong, you were saying about the medical
center. I think medical hospital need volunteers. They need people to help out in the containing this virus.
You think there's not enough people? For me lah.
Si Elvin makan lagi si Elvin ini. Tidak cukup gemuk, Elvin.
Ya cukup, bos.
Saya baru.
Elvin, what you up to, man? What's your concern? What's new?
My concern is about the recovery time.
Okay.
When I wake up this morning, I ask myself, how long is this ship gonna recover?
Okay.
I mean, we have our own ways of dealing with it. I mean, we have our positive minds of dealing with it. But at the end of the day, if people still going out of the house and and we're seeing Facebook, we're seeing reports and seeing people going to mosque, church, and going to everywhere gatherings, and it seems that people don't care. I mean, it seems like people doesn't has a clear mind how great is this pandemic is. So if Malaysians don't play that role, I think it's going to be more than 6 months or more than 3 months or more than even longer than that. What do you think, Pritchard? What do you think, Pritchard?
Daniel, can I add in something regarding about what Elvin says?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, this is my 28 years in the tourism line, and then we have been facing two, like last time we during SARS. But this situation is much more different than SARS, because
Correct.
because as we all know, because our ringgit and also our share is down tremendously. So I think we need time to recover. I think right now I feel that we are already back to like 20 years ago, you know. So
Yeah.
this type of economic situation going to be very, very tough for especially people in Malaysia, because our money is getting slower and slower, and then if we want to pick up the tourism, I think it took around 1 to 2 years to recover it. So it's I mean, this is not a good sign, but we need to be tough. I think when the tourists start to coming back, the whole market will be booming. So we want to wait until that time to come in. So this is the right time to adjust ourselves, where you're going to stand. Are you going to be going further part, or we need to do some planning for our next 1 year, because this thing will not be come back. I think 3 months, 6 months. I mean, it's not gonna be coming back now, because the situation is getting worse and worse. Not only our country, the other country also affected. That's the things. So your guys' opinion?
It's the timeline. The timeline itself is a real concern, because we mentioned this yesterday about 1 year timeline that Singapore have given. A lot of people try to be very hopeful lah, very positive lah, you know, but it is super scary lah. You cannot deny that. The future seems.
If this thing continues and people don't have that sense of worriness and sense of responsibility, it's going to go on and on and on, actually. So the right message we need to pass through out there is basically the government need to enforce stricter or even better laws, which is even I would definitely agree with a total lockdown. With total lockdown, whereby people doesn't have the ability to go out. So when you have a total lockdown, the government has better effort, and the Kementerian Kesihatan has better effort to go in and counter to eliminate the virus. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I would like
For
to
me,
hear
I
from
agree
Peter.
with what Elvin said, because at the moment, our people of Malaysia is not really cooperate, you know, because ask them to stay at home, they still go down to hang around, go and buy things, this kind of that, because this thing will make it continuously. I think the government already do a second step, which is starting on Sunday onward, the army will come out together to assist the police to settle this problem. I think this is good. But because they don't want to be, our country don't want to use the word totally locked out, because they will scare people. So that's why they will use the armies to come out and to help the BDRN to do that. Because some of the patient now is they scared to go and report, because ada yang kena sudah kan, tapi dia takut sebab mereka cakap banyak adalah orang-orang PTI balik. Dia takut pergi report. Sebab dia pergi report pun susah. Itu punya cerita.
Curious is now. And my question to you is, do you think you can survive? Do you think the normal people, you can survive, you orang kaya mah, but the normal people can survive in the next 5 months or not? 5-6 months.
David.
Saya tidak kaya, saya mau jual pas, orang mau beli kah?
Baru gua mau beli van lagi, oh
Tapi,
bilang.
hi,
Itu-
hi everybody.
itu sekarang
Tapi
dia-
David,
dia-
you masih still mau beli tuh kereta tuh, jauh iklan.
Saya
cari van lagi,
mau
bro.
beli, saya mau cari van untuk orang mas. Saya jadi salesman lah bro.
Bro,
Oh,
Jadi
ya,
untung
you
sih.
know,
Nanti
I
dapat
think if the
Tidak boleh bro.
COVID-19
My answer, okay bro. My answer is tidak boleh because sekarang dia government itu company banyak yang tutup, dia bagi leave without paid kah, walaupun government ada bagi insentif, mana boleh survive tu bang.
600
boleh
ringgit, how
tu.
to survive?
Because
Tapi
every-
asal ada, bah. Asal ada.
Tapi according
Boleh lah beli
to one
grocery.
according to one statistic for Malaysia orang Malaysia ni kalau yang baru kerja punya ni kalau memang kalau ada disaster macam ni dia 1,000 pun tidak boleh ambil keluar. Jadi ini memang tough time lah untuk orang itu. Kalau
Yalah,
government lagi kalau staff masih itu company yang bos masih kurangkan gaji mereka, bila dia boleh survive. Tidak boleh tu. Memang susah sudah ni bro.
some of the requests, Azlan even brought up the request supaya EPF consider bukalah account 1 yang sudah pakai account tu, bukalah, because kalau tidak dia sakit lah. People how itu yang kemarin saya cerita, we already mentioned. I like my example. I went to supermarket, I saw people on the queue. Some people really don't have money to buy groceries. How can they sustain in the next 2-3 months? Some other people, some of things will highlight. Some friends call me up. Dia bilang, bro, boleh buka ke kau punya rumah tu supaya dia mau buat pasang camp. Pasal dia punya rumah sewa sudah pun ada hutang dalam 2-3 bulan. Kalau mau bayar lagi, kita memang kena buang keluar rumah lah. Terpaksa tinggal dalam camp. Tinggal tempat saya lah. So people do have difficulties, bro. Question is, what is the platform so that government can? I mean, in China, I was told by my friends, he said the government send food supplies. Those people who yang kena lockdown do food supplies kena hantar. The challenge is today is that we have seen too many flip-flop of decision making by those who ever in charge of this crisis management. So how can we be assured that the right decisions will be made if things get worse? I think, Pritchard, can you share a bit of your view on this?
Well, we have gone through this kind of disaster before, correct? During SARS. And the government should have SOP on how to handle this thing. It's just like what happened currently, bila all this thing came out. It's like everything is first time for everyone. You do not know how to everyone macam tiada keselarasan. The Prime Minister say differently, and then the KSN say differently, and then there is no coordination between ministries. Things are done in a very kalang kabut. So that is the cause of all the confusion that different people are having, like you guys in tourism, kan? So there are other people as well badly affected by all this. So I think just now you mentioned about those people in China. Ada orang hantar makanan untuk dorang. I think this one should be done by the government. Now the state government should look into this. On how, but I think the thing is that it's not totally a lockdown. That's why they don't actually send. So you still can go out and buy your things. But the problem is that some people are not having their yang gaji bulan tu masih jalan kan. But just those people yang gaji hari yang ada masalah.
Some of the gaji bulan, brother, some of those yang gaji bulan have already been kena lepas. Some of them up to 70% kena deduct, no? Because company cannot survive.
Who are these people?
These are people in the tourism industries. This after the
tourism.
I don't know about
Gaji
I don't know
tu.
about other
Don't forget.
industries, bro.
Yang cuti tanpa gaji tu, jangan lupa pasal tu dorang juga.
Ada cuti tanpa gaji.
Nah,
There's no guarantee income, no. A lot of people concerned, and a lot of the company yang kecil punya company, when they don't have, if they don't see numbers, they will close down. They will definitely close down. So question is, how they can sustain their own existing stuff? They cannot.
That's correct.
Anybody?
Even to the extent, I'm actually trying to redo my resume. You know, today, this morning I woke up. Seriously, I even trying to open up my resume like about 8-9 years ago. I haven't been opening up, trying to fill up the blanks of what can I do, because if seriously, if recovering period of the COVID, it's not been eliminated erratically lah, kan? We're talking about 90% lah, kan? It's still going to have chances that people still don't want to travel to Sabah. That is one. In terms of other industry, let's talk about sales. People still buying power still wants to keep. People rather keep their money, try not to buy properties yet, not to do investments yet. Yang tidak mau keluar, tidak mau spending. Diorang still tidak mau pergi outbound, So there is still a possibility that we have to, as soon as possible, get rid of this COVID. Once we get rid of this COVID, the supply and demand will come in. The supply and demand will come in, and everybody will come in place. Businessmen will come in, investors will come in, and etc. Like today, I saw a YouTube that China, Wuhan, already basically clear up 0%. There is no more patient. There is no more new patient. So their recovery is from Chinese New Year day number 1 until now. So we're talking about less than 3 months. Yeah. In less than 3 months, they clear up their COVID in Wuhan. So the question is, can Malaysia do this? If Malaysia can do this within 3 months, I will be happy. I clap hand lah, everybody will be happy lah, But I don't know. I don't know whether we can or not. You see, the thing is, I don't know whether we can. 6 months, I don't know. 9 months, I don't know. Susah ni.
Bro, ini belum tahu lagi kan, next month kita boleh buat conference macam gini lagi tau. Pasal apa, bill internet bukan nak bayar. Remember that.
betul.
You're right, man. Ada 2%, but ada 2% commission.
Commission 2%, come on lah. So little lah. Government should give more lah. Come on.
Yes.
And then for the office punya, macam si Chai ada 15%. Jadi Chai kau camping sana di office lah, tak payah balik rumah.
No lah.
2% not even cover apa. Berapa saja 2% tu? Oh my goodness. Oh.
Ya lah.
Chai Chirong, you want to say something tadi?
Satu bulan.
Guys, bagi ruang sama Chai Chirong. You want to say something just now?
Chai, you want to say?
What? No lah. I think in line with Elwin what he said just now. I think tourism is the second industry, the second income earner for Sabahan beside agriculture. So second means, let's say lah, 40% or 30% at least workers are in tourism industry.
More, bro.
Right? More than that, 40%.
More, bro.
So
if you are the second
hotel staff, all tourism lah, most of the tourism tourism company not laid off their staff, but ask their staff to go 1 week leave, 2 days leave, 3-day leave. So overall, almost 40% people punya income or workers punya income reduced to 80%, 60%. For how long? 30 months or 6 months, 7 months?
Tidak boleh.
Utang
lagi.
Kan?
Utang lagi. Budak punya
utang lagi. Itu
bayar
laki.
kereta lagi.
Itu laki if you go to the bank and ask for deferment, and if bank allowed you to defer for the next 6 months or 3 months, some bank only I heard paling-paling dia bilang dia kasih kurang sikit. You still have to pay, but kasih kurang. Instead of you paying 1,000, maybe you pay 500. But your income already
extend the
reduced to
period.
40%.
Itu
How?
tidak logik lah tu.
Yeah, but you
Kalau
can.
minta
But
paru-paru
apparently
tidak logik,
because of
mati lah kita.
apparently
Matai.
because of the demand, kan? At least they can pay using toilet paper lah, bro.
Iyalah.
Bro, Liz,
Kalau-
nanti saya hantar satu link kasih kau. Sekarang kan kita tidak payah pakai duit bayar, bah. Kita pakai emas. Itu emas tu, kalau kau beli mie RM6, you kasih dia 3 emas. Kalau dia RM6 90 sen, dia pakai tisu, dia bayar balik tu tisu kasih kau.
Nen kan?
Commodity,
Daniel.
commodity, ah.
Daniel,
Yes,
remember
yes, Azlan. Yes.
Ya sekarang kau tahu ada bila kemarin saya pergi malam semalam saya pergi saya terayankan saya punya pekerja itu bapak saya punya pekerja lepas tu saya ada roadblock tu keretahan and then tidak ada mas saya punya pekerja tu and then kena marah tau sekarang kalau tidak mas kau jalan and then kita tanyalah di mana mau beli itu mas sekarang ni tiada jadi kesian ini pun ada ini isu besar juga nih sebab apa dorang sekarang wajibkan pakai mas tau yang mereka ini. Sekarang di mana tempat mau beli? Ini pun kita minta kerajaan untuk concern kasih free sama kita kalau orang boleh bagi. And sanitizer pun penting. Begitu. Ini pun jadi kita punya isu juga. Sekarang tidak boleh kau tidak jalan pakai mask, bro. Karena tangan
Daniel, bagi saya komen pasal si Elvin Mia statement tadi.
Yeah, go ahead.
Itu China kan? Itu China, dia negara yang kaya tau. Dia pakai sampai sekarang March kan dia pakai 60 hari untuk selesaikan masalah ni. Akan tetapi negara China pun dia pakai berapa hari buat satu hospital?
10 hari.
Ya loh.
10 hari. Sekarang sekarang kita tengok untuk Brunei berapa hari dia mau buat satu hospital. Jadi sekarang you tengok Malaysia mau berapa hari buat satu hospital?
10 tahun.
Berapa duit dia pakai untuk selesaikan masalah
10 bilion
yang sebesar ini. Jadi
10
masalah adakah Malaysia boleh buat begitu? Sebab andaikan sekarang lepas itu government tukar, itu stok sudah jatuh, itu duit sudah jatuh, semua sudah jatuh, gaji pun sudah jatuh. Tapi akan tetapi negara kita tidak ada banyak duit tahu sebab kau tengok ini hari itu share mungkin ada naik sikit itu duit ada dari kerajaan tu dia pom itu kasih naik itu share tu. Kalau tidak kita punya negara kau tengok from 1,500 drop until 1,200 something today. A big loss
The
for
futures
the
market.
it's a big loss of the country and then with the itu minyak turun kita negara pun tiada income. Jangan harap negara bagi you banyak skim.
Betul matilah.
Kalau we have to be self survive already.
Iyalah.
I want guys, I want to ask question to Pritchett. I mean Pritchett is also a political secretary to Daryl. So Pritchett, just a quick question to you.
Yeah.
Is that I noticed that Datuk Shafi, our Chief Minister, Sabah Chief Minister, have said this very clearly that there are 3 stages that they can do during a worst case scenario lah, right? And the last stage is to bring the military out and to assist to get people sort of like perintah berkurung lah, isn't it? That would be the last stage lah. That's the third stage. And I also read news di Semenanjung. They are already talking about using the military to come and assist. Where are we right now in comparison to West Malaysia? What stage are we right now? Is the state government in control of the situation?
Well, I cannot really say on behalf of the state. Okay, but I believe the defense ministry, I mean the federal, did stated that military involvement berlaku lah kalau people are still not adhering to this issue kan.
Sunday.
Okay, but for Sabah, from what I gather, in kalau di Penampang itself, I think we are well controlled lah. I think shops are closed, movement are very limited, and everyone is sort of adhering. There are some orang yang degil, but it's not as bad as how it is lah. I think the first thing that the KDN should do is to come down and really do something. I think there's roadblocks, and there's roadblocks going around.
There's roadblocks, correct.
Yeah, there are roadblocks that and things like that. I think it's down to the people. The people really need to adhere to this, the whole thing. But kalau kau cakap whether there is a military involvement in Sabah, I have not heard about it yet lah. Yeah.
Not yet. Okay. All right, guys.
I hope we don't have to go that stage lah.
Okay, guys. I just want to remind you, in a video conferencing like this, if you're having a conversation with somebody else, please mute yourself. If not, it will disrupt the conversation. Alright? Kalau tidak terdengar, bah, your voice pun terkeluar tu. Okay? Gordon.
By the way, Dan, I think we are in a very weird situation at the moment because
weird. What
now
do you mean?
Having COVID. Weird because we are currently having COVID-19, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but I think at the same time we are also having economic
crisis,
bad economic crisis. And I think David did mention David here mentioned that Malaysia is not like China. We don't have that money as much as what China is having. So we have, I think, very limited resources that we can actually utilize in Malaysia. So I think the idea about getting this EPF to help out the people is something that the government need to look into. But I know it's not that easy because it involves policy.
Correct.
So you need to involve policy. You need to get probably to really sit down and to really talk on what kind of mechanism that you're looking into. Because nanti semua Tom, Dick, and Harry wanted to kasih keluar duit.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think we are in a situation that macam package bani, macam orang yang penyakit kan banyak package bani. Ada diabetic at the same time, ada heart problem and all that. So because Elvin also mentioned that are we going to recover for the next 3 months or even 6 months? So even mau tengok resume dia sudah tengok begitu-begitu kan. So my question is that after COVID-19, will we be able to go back to where it was before? But I think if tourists start coming in, when tourists start coming into Sabah again, we start opening doors to them to come in. I think it will slowly recover lah.
Okay.
Don't you believe so? That we are recovering?
Can I guess? Okay, I'm just going to share you my piece of opinion. And I hope we got Justin here as well, I think, or Justin left already, or Gordon or David, everybody else can also share. Regards to your question, you're talking about normalcy lah, kan? You're talking about going back to normal lah. When are we going back to normal? Let's say you're talking about 3 months. The question is, even right now, to take a booking, I don't know to accept a booking or not. It's pretty worried. Can you accept a booking now? Because you cannot guarantee anything, right? Number one. Let's say after 3 months you start do all this kind of booking. The fear of traveling is still there, right? So you're talking about the flight. The flight has to go back into operational. A lot of the flights are cutting down already, right? And there's also an article stating that in the 6 months. If it's 6 months or in a year, if it's continue like this, a lot of airlines go bankrupt, right?
Yeah.
So So a lot of things will be affected now. I mean, the question is, when will we get back to normalcy? When are we going back to this the rate of being normal again? 3 months? I don't think so. And then the other question raised up: can we sustain for the next 3 months? Because a lot of people wouldn't. We've seen so many examples of this. Beli barang makan pun tidak cukup, you know. So these are the immediate concern, and you got the concern, like the another level kind of concern as well. How do you deal with this? I don't see what we want to see. I think is a very clear strategic crisis management for different level of society and business and industry, and a game plan of what's next, right? Or is it now we just want to focus at let's bring the curve down so that COVID will not spread anymore? What is the focus, and when can we start talking about the strategy of getting back to business?
Can I answer this one? I think,
yeah, go ahead.
I think the most critical part right now is that we need to strategize it right now as we speak. We have learned it from China. We have learned it from other countries, Japan, for example. I think the recovery period, to answer the question that you mentioned just now, on how are we going to move up, how are we going to move on, and so and so. I think we don't want to be spoon-fed by the government but don't say that But in every sector, in the government right now, as we speak, they already have their SOP as per Pritchard's mentioned. So with that SOP that they have right now, execute it, refine it, retune it for the recovery stage of every industry. For example, like MITI, or maybe like from the IT department, from whatever, from the pertanian, from the tourism. So they have to collaborate, and each kementerian has to make a policy, or I would say a diagram for this recovery period, or a recovery program for the people. They need to sit down and re-strategize right now as we speak. They cannot waste time anymore. I mean, of course, the private sector also needs to do it, but the federal government has to move first, because they are the ones that brings in the door. They're opening the bigger door. We are opening only at the door, that receiving end. You see, if it's like without, say for example, in Pritchard line, if it's MITI has to open the door, kan? Pritchard, MITI has to open the bigger door first, and then the smaller end at the business bawah, baru kita boleh execute, kan? Correct me if I'm wrong, Pritchard.
Let me correct you. I'm no longer with MITI.
Okay. I mean, in dulu, kan?
The change of government, you forgot, huh?
Yeah, change of government.
Yeah.
Betul.
Bro, my point of view bro, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, David. Go ahead.
Okay, as far as our people in tourism concerned, I think this year you can forget about 2 to 3 months recovery lah. At the moment, you can see, okay, how many of
ini kau cakap betul ke, ataupun kau memang you feel as in this is the true feeling lah, how you?
Memang betul bro, sebab saya, based on my experience, saya masa saya kerja di sebuah syarikat yang paling besar di Malaysia, okay. Hanya on the way the situation on 6 months dia bankrupt. 6 bulan saya dia bankrupt.
6 months ni kena tahan already.
Because kau tahu, buat masa itu kita punya staff 300. Mau bayar gaji 1 bulan kami okay lah. Let's say we talk about we give them half salary. 1 bulan mau around 300,000. 6 months is 1.8 cash you need to pay, you know. Macam mana kau cari tu cash? Tak boleh tahu. Jadi sekarang kita hanya as I informed just now, we need to self helping ourselves only. So at the moment we cannot we not even can get any bookings. Do you guys receive booking for July, August? Tiada kan? Langsung tiada kan? Jadi
Saya
kita,
ada tapi cancel.
kita lupakan cerita 3 bulan sampai 6 bulan punya recovery tau. We need to focus on, I think starting from September onwards lah. Then we will receive some booking. But it's all depends on our current situation. If our current situation is continue badly, everybody still not ikut government's punya instruction, dia punya masa akan jadi lebih panjang lagi. Kalau lebih panjang lagi, susah lagi kita, bro.
I saw some WhatsApp messages that were sent to me. Some people would toll off certain group of people in Kedai Kopi and tell them to go home. And these are not ordinary people, no. These are not policemen who tell them off to go home, right? As he was passing by. It comes to a point that civil society coming out to the open and telling people off. We should stay at home, stay at home. Is this really the ordinary Joe kind of responsibility, or we should just wait for police or army to deal with it?
Itu China dia boleh buat begitu cepat recovery sebab dia totally tidak allow. Mereka hanya boleh tinggal di rumah saja. Dia orang kerajaan dia kaya mah, dia hantar makanan kasih setiap rumah. Apalagi kalau kerajaan kita. Sekarang susah tu bro, sebab kita tidak boleh kontrol tu rakyat. Yang penting kita kontrol tu rakyat dulu sebelum ada apa-apa berlaku, kita kontrol dulu. Lagipun sekarang di bawah kerajaan yang baru ini susah sebab dia orang pun experience pak. Mereka pun tidak pernah hadapi macam krisis macam ini. Macam mana dia orang tangani? Itu hari aku dengar itu PC dari Kementerian Kesihatan, dia cakap itu teks pun salah. Susah. Saya nampak, saya kasihan, saya bilang susah lah ni Malaysia kalau begitu. Banyak perkara yang mereka tidak dapat selesai tau. Buat macam ni, macam sekarang. Itu budak-budak dari KL, yang budak-budak Sabah belajar di KL. Mereka nak balik kan, tak nak balik, satu lagi masalah juga kan?
Azlan, nampak gaya dia kalau begini, oleh kerana terlampau banyak orang masih babal. Do you think in order to have a fast recovery, do you think that we in Malaysia need to stop pretending lah? Jangan lagi bilang control movement order lah. Jangan kita kasih lockdown habislah. Jangan lagi setengah jalan, setengah half lockdown lah. Kasih darurat habis. Is this the best option, do you think?
Ya, sebenarnya kalau kita lockdown habis bro, kita pun habis. For the time being, kerajaan suggest untuk bekerjasama dengan askar, itu idea yang bagus sebenarnya. Sebab askar dia bukan alang-alang Jo. Kalau dia mengantak-antak terus. You know? So, and then apa pendekatan kerajaan sekarang untuk bekerjasama dengan askar itu memang cukup baiklah. Tapi kalau dia ambil pendekatan yang terus macam yang kau cakap tu palis-palis lauzubillah min zalik lah. Pasal apa? Kalau kita lockdown terus, maknanya kerajaan perlu banyak duit bro untuk support kita. Support rakyat
bro,
ni.
Saya mau kasih ingat kau. Kerajaan ada duit. Masalahnya kan yang sekarang ni dipraktiskan social distancing. Jolo yang simpan duit tu tengah social distancing.
Mana tu duit? Mana itu duit semua?
Lanjut bikin mana lah?
Pasal dia ikut cakap kerajaan, social distancing, itulah.
Bro, remember, kita ada 33 juta penduduk di seluruh Malaysia. So bayangkanlah untuk keharian hidup kita perlu kita 150 lah at least kalau dia lockdown. Perbelanjaan ni. Okey, itu termasuk ini purata, kita kira purata purata untuk pembayaran elektrik, pembayaran air, esrobil, bil telefon, semualah. Ini purata lah.
Belum campur utang bank.
Belum campur. Pasal utang bank kita sudah dapat di Permen. Okey.
Okey.
Ini kita paling sikit lah 150. 33 juta bro kali 150 ringgit satu hari kerajaan mau tanggung kita. Jangan cakap 3 bulan. 2 bulan pun saya rasa habis tu duit YOLO.
Tak kapai-kapai je.
Habis tu YOLO bro. So itu sebab sekarang ni itu janganlah kita harap rakyat ini bersatu hati untuk kita ambil ini Aremo supaya yalah ikutlah cakap kerajaan ni bah. Jangan sampai dia lockdown. Sebab kalau lockdown sama-sama kita sesarat semua bro. Tidak boleh apa-apa pun. Silap begini conference pun tidak dapat.
Tapi persoalan dia bro, kalau kita Aremo begini pun, tapi yang babal tu terlampau banyak bro.
Itulah. Biar askar buat, biar askar atur. Antak kepala dia. Kalau orang babal begini harus kena bro. Kena tangkap, kena pukul.
But then the question is a question of messages tidak clear bro. Pasal kita bilang control movement order. Kita boleh goyang, kita boleh go to supermarket. Tapi when you put the military there, you put certain control here and there. Betul itu control habis sudah tu bro. Bukankah? You encourage to do social distancing. Tapi sometimes itu messages tidak berapa clear.
Tidak berapa sampai. Especially terutama sama budak-budak kampung, budak-budak ni. Yes.
Ataupun very confusing, Mak. You know, adakah kita di rumah saja ataupun kita mau keluar kah atau barang-barang itulah. If it's a lockdown, it's also a question of food supplies and things like that lah. Siapa yang mau bagi, siapa yang mau continue on. I don't know. I mean, do you think a lockdown? Do you think the current situation is okay right now? Janganlah kita lockdown.
Janganlah lockdown.
Mei punya chance dia minum banyak kopi sudah tu.
Mei jawab dulu.
Mei,
apa jawabannya Mei? Ya, saya pun tidak boleh pikir sudah.
Mei, what do you think, Mei? Because you want the faster recovery rate. Faster recovery rate is how China does it. China does total lockdown. Why? Because people dia tahu orang tetap babal. The only way is to put military intervention. So what do you think?
To be frank lah, China they lock down, but then they still allowed to go out for medical and to get their the necessities from supermarket. I think it's the mentality of Malaysian lah. They don't understand what is this purpose of movement restriction by the government.
I agree. Super agree.
I mean, it's so ridiculous when people say when the government say okay movement restriction, but people pulang kampung. That one is really I don't know what to say lah.
Macam kita.
Yeah, I mean.
Go ahead.
If let's say the mentality of Malaysian is rational. We don't need a total lockdown.
Correct. I agree. Super agree. So we are at a situation now where we okay, and we just hope that people understand, and if they understand, and we also hope that the recovery rate can be faster. This is the situation where we are right now, Alvin. Correct?
Yeah. Yes. It's correct. This is what we have.
Gordon sama dia.
Ya, Gordon.
Okay, bro.
Azlan, kau masih di luar dah?
Saya mau pergi beli pasar, ikan habis sudah.
Kau masih ada duit toh? Kau beli satu kilo lebih untuk saya, bro.
Bro, saya ada bus, bah. Saya ada simpan bus lagi. Itu bus kan banyak lagi, bah.
Celaka. Pasar ikan beli pakai
itu poin.
Ajar.
Okay, Gordon, go ahead, Gordon.
But in seriousness, I don't know if the lockdown or the partial lockdown for 2 weeks is going to be enough or not. I have a feeling might have a chance to extend.
I think so as well.
Because the symptom doesn't show up right away. So what happened if end of next week, more and more cases show up? For sure, they cannot control. Now it's getting worse.
Okay, guys, we only have about 2 minutes. Then we only have 2 minutes left.
Okay, let's wrap it up. I think everybody deserves a chance to say something. You have to be quick. Pritchard, you want to begin? You're on my screen right now.
Yeah. Okay. I think hopefully everyone who's watching this, they adhere to this ROM ataupun perintah kawal gerakan This is a shared responsibility that everyone have to do lah. So social gathering ramai-ramai to please don't do that. And the other one that I plead is that for the federal government to really also look into Sabah as well. Don't nakiri kalau kita di Sabah. We are
100%
equally
agree.
Malaysian. Help us here in Sabah. That's all.
Yes. Correct.
Okay, Chai Chirong.
Yalah,
Wrap it
harap
up quickly.
Harap you can go through this very fast one now. If everybody follow, then definitely I think we can get through this faster, like China did lah.
Okay. All right. Azlan, wrap it up quickly. 10 seconds.
Saya harapkan begitu juga, sama juga macam Richard cakap, kita dengarlah cakap kerajaan ni, janganlah sampai askar pun ikut campur. Nah, kalau sudah askar ikut campur, matailah kita. And then itu sajalah harap-harap semua orang ikut patuhi apa yang arahan daripada kerajaan ini untuk kita semua.
Okay, Mei, you want to say anything? Okay.
Last 40 seconds.
Okay, guys, I think this is it. Thank you very much for spending time together on this Kupi Table 27 kind of session. We hope to do something similar to this again tomorrow. Perhaps do it better.